Growing up, I was a huge fan of SpongeBob. I was such a huge fan that for 3 years in a row, my birthday parties were SpongeBob themed. Hell, even my bedroom was SpongeBob themed. However, when I got older, my love for SpongeBob returned to disappointment as the episodes past season 3 didn't hit like they used to. So today, I will review the episode where I first really noticed the change. That episode being titled To Love a Patty. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get on with the review. The episode starts normally with SpongeBob looking at the Krusty Krab while he sings terribly.
Someday I'm gonna make you my sweet cat, not overtly, but surreptitiously.
He makes a few patties and falls in love with one he names Patty for no reason. And when I say falls in love, I don't mean he appreciates how the patty looks. I mean he grows romantic feelings for it. This episode hasn't even been a minute long, and I have a serious question. According to Steven Hillenburg, SpongeBob is meant to be asexual, and while asexual people can have romantic interest, SpongeBob has never really shown any signs of being romantic before this episode. In fact, the series itself doesn't really have much romance, making this episode pretty stupid and weird. I know SpongeBob isn't canon, but at least keep the character traits the same. Anyway, Squidward tries to take the patties to the customers, but SpongeBob tries to protect Patty. Squidward isn't putting up with SpongeBob's antics and takes Patty to the customers. We then see that the customers are big and intimidating, which worries SpongeBob. So before the guy takes a bite, SpongeBob steals the patty from him. If the patty was personified more, this might make some sense, but since it isn't, SpongeBob looks like an idiot and is going against a job he cares about. Squidward then scolds and makes fun of SpongeBob for liking a patty. He jokingly suggests to SpongeBob he should dress up Patty and take it on a date, and SpongeBob takes Squidward's advice literally and leaves the Krusty Krab, but not before giving the guy he stole Patty from a grilled cheese sandwich, and a joke that doesn't make sense since SpongeBob still has his shoes on when he leaves. At home, SpongeBob is so infatuated with Patty that he almost burns down his house, and he starts running around in circles like an idiot, until Gabe puts out the fire. Sandy and Patrick then visit SpongeBob wanting to hang out, but SpongeBob says he doesn't have the time since he's going out on a date with Patty. Sandy tells SpongeBob that patties are meant for eating and not dating, but SpongeBob ignores her. Again, this plot is extremely stupid. SpongeBob then sings a love song with a montage that is off key and is very draining to the ears, and this lasts for 2 minutes.
Keep you out of harm's way.
Yeah, singing isn't really a strength for SpongeBob or the show in general, and maybe I'll review Atlantis SquarePants in the future as a better example as to why. Anyway, during the montage, SpongeBob would take his Patty out on a date to the amusement park, then the mall. Yeah, this face is pretty much my reaction to the episode. SpongeBob would then take the Patty to the park, where it would be attacked by scallops. In response, SpongeBob would kill and rip dozens of scallops apart, all for a damn sandwich. Since scallops are supposed to represent birds in SpongeBob, this scene is really disturbing, and seems out of place for SpongeBob to harm wildlife. Also, what if one of those scallops were Junior? After SpongeBob would murder the scallops, he would take Patty on a boat ride, where they would go down a waterfall, which causes the Patty to start stinking. SpongeBob then decides to take Patty out to eat at the Krusty Krab. And I just have to ask, why would you take a Patty out to a place where they eat Krabby Patties? Rather be like me taking a fish out to a sushi restaurant. At the Krusty Krab, SpongeBob would tell Mr. Krabs and Squidward about his date, which surprises them, even though Squidward knows SpongeBob is dating the Patty. Anyway, SpongeBob brings Patty in a limousine, which I don't know how he afforded, and the Patty starts to stink up the restaurant and run customers off. Mr. Krabs and Squidward are disgusted by the Patty and refuse to get SpongeBob a seat, But after SpongeBob bribes Mr. Krabs, he changes his mind. Squidward would walk up to SpongeBob and tell him to throw away the patty since it's disgusting. SpongeBob refuses when Squidward holds up a patty.
Beautiful, huh? How beautiful do you think this is?
Do you remember the nasty patty? Yeah, this is way more disgusting than that. SpongeBob would get mad at Squidward and ask him to leave. Then SpongeBob would finally smell the patty, somehow breaking him from his idiotic delusion. He would be upset about what happened to Patty, and Mr. Krabs would try to console him.
She was a Krabby Patty that looked a lot like yours does.
Please don't tell me. I don't want to know. Anyway, Krabs tells SpongeBob that patties are made to be loved and eaten. Then SpongeBob will eat the maggot-infested patty, making him sick to his stomach, and ending the episode. Speaking of sickness, this episode made me sick of seeing SpongeBob. Not only was this episode extremely stupid, but it was also boring since there weren't that many funny jokes, and at times it was very disturbing and disgusting as well. SpongeBob was also very out of character here, since he fell in love with a patty for no reason, as well as also being sort of a jerk to his friends, and killing those scallops. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now, so with that being said, Koopa out.